right. Oh, it's time for the president of the Manitoba Métis Federation, David Chartrand. How are you, Dave?
I'm doing like you wouldn't believe, Ray. This is like I won the lottery. I'm sitting out in the camp out in Cranberry, and beautiful scenery in Cranberry. I was very lucky. I planned once before to come, and it got canceled due to, of course, the fire hazards.
Right.
And then so I then worked a couple more weeks waiting for another time frame. Then this one came up, and then they phoned me to tell me it's canceled again because they're not letting nobody camp. And then so I got back from Ottawa, and I was so disappointed. So was Lauren, thinking, because my calendar is just starting to pack up in September again, and then, I'm not going to have my life race. Never stopping. So anyways, then I got a call from Bert Linfitt in Cranberry and saying, got some good news for you. Spoke to conservation. They lifted the ban. So I tell you, we did not hesitate at home. We started grabbing everything, packing up, and now I'm sitting here looking at the beautiful lake. And Naomi, this is like $1 million view here, Ray.
I can imagine.
And, it's stunning. And right now, my son-in-law John's cutting up some moose meat. Derek Danielson, he actually got lucky day before we got here. He killed a young moose, and so we're going to make some dried pemmican after, and of course we're going to have some moose meat, onions, potatoes, new potatoes I got from the colony. I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to it. But we forgot our utensils and everything. So we got to go back and get them. It's only about 25 minutes, and we drive them by boat. But we can't really cook the meat. We cut it all up. Now we can't even cook it. So, because we were rushing out of Cranberry, trying to get ourselves away from, because it was raining a little bit. So we were trying to, of course, meet that issue. So I think what we need to do is thank the good Lord for giving us this. And for me, it's I don't know. I know I last time I was here, Ray, a couple of years ago, my sugar usually is starting to score at 11 and worries me somewhat. I'm trying to be careful what I eat still.
Oh, yeah.
But when I was here for a week, my sugar dropped to 7. So that means because there's no stress, and I think that's what's causing the most is stress. And so my sugar dropped right to 7, and I'm telling you, I was so proud of that. Anyways, so I'll make it clear, do some business. Of course, we have a federal election underway. Yep. I want to again express something that I believe is so important for all of us. We have a team led by Dave Gray, and then we have Glora's in there, and then we got Anita, but she's away ill right now. She'll be home work soon, I hope. She got herself a concussion, and but she'll be back. And Francis and so many people, Dustin, Zach, I got a full team, Will Goodon. They're working on the election platform to get out the pressure to the other parties. What are you committing to the Métis Nation if you were elected as the next government? Now, I was very concerned. I listened very carefully, to the politics and the news. And we had some very good positioning, of course, by the Liberal government, and which has been working with us solidly. The Trudeau really believes in nation to nation. I know that Jagmeet Singh has been saying things, but I haven't seen his written policies yet for Métis. I'm talking about things that really impact us and affect us the most. I know that health is a big issue for our citizens. I know micro businesses is a big issue. I know the fishermen are concerned what's happening to their future. Our cattle ranchers are in trouble right now, and our farmers, so we need to figure out how do we enhance their opportunities. So education for our youth is a primary, and we need to have more pro-cultured environment for our youth. So these are some of the specific questions we've asked. And when I listen to Aaron O'Toole, he mentioned us at nothing at all when his first presentation, when he's committing as a leader. Then in his platform, he says the Métis name twice, but there's nothing behind it. So that tells me that either that party better switch, or we better convince all of our voters to vote. Obviously, not for that party. And the reason I say that for other people to listening, I know we have Métis conservative voters out there. We have liberal voters, we have NDP voters, and sometimes Green Party voters. But at the end of the day, this election means everything. We're negotiating land claims. We're negotiating our ELD legislation that's coming. Right now, where, of course, the evolution of child and family is happening. United Nations UNDRIP is now passed. And so there's so much taking place right now as we speak, and this is going to be pivotal for our nation. Like, we've made such headway we've never seen in our history, where the Federation now builds homes, helps repair homes, buys homes. and on and on and on. Now we get 5,000 every student for post-secondary, and the list goes on. We have youth programs money now. We're trying to buy some camps. It goes on and on. So there's an opportunity that we've never seen, and yet we pay so many taxes in this country, but we've been always ignored based on federal government saying that we're provincial jurisdiction. And then we come to the province says, no, you're federal jurisdiction. Go back to Ottawa. So each of them have always abandoned us. But since Trudeau's come in, life has changed dramatically for thousands and thousands of Métis people. So people say, you're just a Trudeau supporter. I supported Brian Mulroney. And I'll say publicly I did, because he referenced the Métis Nation. He supported the Métis Nation. He even met with our cabinet. He came into Manitoba. He showed us great respect. Joe Clark was another one, showed great respect for us. But ever since that, we've never seen it again from the Conservative Party. You know what Pallister has done to us in Manitoba? It's not only to me, but to First Nations, not only to the Métis Nation. So when you look at it overall, it's unbelievable that what is it that draws the Conservative Party to be so harsh against Indigenous people? Is it racism, discrimination, dislike? What causes them to have such pressing policies against us? I don't understand that for the life of me, because we're very pro-business people, and we're very solid when it comes to being a big contributor to the tax base in this country. Our young people are very well educated. There's many thousands of them going to university. That are future leaders, future employment, I guess, the resumes you can find there that would really fill up the gap. So you go on and on and on, and you find yourself in a position, why in the hell would the Conservatives not support us?
Right.
It doesn't make sense, because we've always been, according to them, their strength is economics, their strength is business, and here we are. We have hundreds upon hundreds of businesses, probably close to 1,000 businesses in Manitoba owned by the Métis or run by Métis, and yet we don't get support from them. Pallister was against us.
Yeah.
So now Aaron O'Toole doesn't even mention us. So, and there are people asking the question, like Will Goodon always says that, his family at one time were probably still, could be still supporting Conservatives, but I know Will doesn't no more, and he doesn't listen no more. And so, because why would a party have such hostility to one people? And not only us now, obviously First Nations. I guess they see us as a social problem, right? Not at the positive side, to see us that we'll help the economy, we'll help the gap that's happening in the fields of opportunity for filling the unemployed and the people that are retiring. There's a massive vacancy coming, and so who do you think's going to fill it? Us, or they're saying, well, we'll just shop overseas and get, So that's the sad part about these parties. But that's why our listeners out there, all of them, got to listen, and they got to make a choice. If you say to hell with it, I don't care, I'm going to stay home. Well, then when you come back and pound on our door saying, I want this, I need this. Well, how do we do it if you don't give us the tools to get there? And one of the tools is making sure there's a right political party in power that's willing to show respect to the Métis people and willing to sit down and make a deal. And so, for example, the land claims, right? If Trudeau said he will promise us at our assembly to all of our people that he will settle our claim. We are in a negotiation process right now. And I hope that if he wins this election, that in this term, he will settle this claim. And it'll be worth billions, hopefully, to the people. And that will be resonating the change forever for the next generation. So that'll make sure that our kids will always have the tools they need to do whatever they want, fulfill their dreams, and end up accomplishing their goals. So that's why these elections are so vital. And the same thing will happen when we have elections. See what the next leader is for the Conservatives. If he comes out strong or she comes out strong, supporting the Métis people, we'll have a choice.
Yep.
But if they come like Pallister, then we have also another choice is to fight back. So I'm asking our citizens, September 20th is election day, but you can actually get your advanced polls will be advanced, mail-in ballots will be there. I'm asking our citizens, do not miss this opportunity to stand up for your government, stand up for your people, stand up for your family, come out and vote. There are First Nation candidates out there. There's also Métis candidates out there. Danny, for example, Vandel. I'll be supporting them publicly, strongly. And so when you look at it from that context, Jim Carr is another big supporter of Métis Nation. They're so good. Like, all of them really work hard to try and make a difference. So they're there to really show us respect, and that's hard to come by now these days. So it's good to see that people are really respecting Métis people. So anyways, I'm speaking on this issue because it's right now it's my big priority.
Yeah.
And as soon as I return from the short little camping trip, I'm going to be focusing heavy on election. I'm going to get our people out. We have thousands and thousands of people that are be voting. I want to convince them, look at the policies that we wrote to every party. We put 15 priorities we heard back from our people, and we're saying, show us this in your platform. Show us where you're guaranteeing you're going to commit to us, not lie to us. Coming to us, well, if you get elected, this is what you're going to stand for, and this is what you're going to make sure happens for the Métis people. So that's up in works right now, Ray, and I'll keep you guys posted.
All right.
But my team, I want to thank them for working very hard. We're going to have probably you'll see full-page ads going out. You'll maybe see some commercials. We're looking at every avenue. They'll be receiving calls, Ray. We have probably 3 calls in total. They'll be calling them. We have a company we've hired to call all of our citizens to remind them to make sure to go out and vote. They're going to call them again, and then we're going to call them on election day to make sure they're out there in the polls voting. And all I ask, and Ray, I've given my life to this and to the nation, to the government, and I tell the people I'll keep on doing my job, making a difference in their lives, but help me out when I need you now. Come out and vote.
Right.
I'm asking you to spend 15, 20 minutes of your time, maybe 30 minutes the most, or even less, if you do a million ballot. Do that for your people, do it for your family, do it for the Métis Nation, the young generation, the next time their life will be easier than ours. So, again, I encourage our people, make sure you go out and vote, stand with your president, and let's get our people to the polls, and let's make our voices heard and our people count. And so you look at the LGBT community, they're concerned too, because they're talking about conversion therapy, and there's that, of course, a pretty racial, dangerous position that governments have taken. Now they're fixing it, and but we make sure that our Métis LGBTQ community is also protected. So when you look at it from aspects of our elders to our people from all sectors, we got to make sure we're protecting them. So on other matters, I want to say thank you to Margaret Chabot out in Jean. They took going to stop yesterday to pick up bannock for my little camping trip here. So I haven't eaten the bannock yet because I'm waiting for the fried moose meat.
No.
And this evening, I guarantee you, I'll have as much as my stomach can take. And I don't care if people say, well, you're fat, you can eat lots. I don't care if they say that. I'm going to eat as much as I can, Ray. So I haven't eaten moose meat for over a year. And I'm going to damn well gouge and bannock and moose meat and onions and fresh new potatoes. So again...
Quit rubbing it in.
I'm rubbing it.
We're hungry.
I got the new potatoes from the colony, so thank you.
Right. Hello?
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Hello.
there we go.
We lost connection there.
He's back.
Hello?
Yeah, he's back.
Hello. Sorry about that. It cuts off and on the phone. So, again, in closing, I want to make sure that... and my grandson's having his birthday, too. Trayden, that's coming up. Happy birthday, Trayden. I think it's on the 28th. And I don't know if that's before next Saturday. But so happy birthday to my grandson. And
Happy birthday.
I want to say hello to my great-grandson, Zaya, out in Scoundon, probably. He's only going... How many months is he, Laura? 3 months, and he fits 6 months close.
Wow.
Straight muscle. Big hands, big arms, great muscle.
Wow.
So he's gonna be my protector one day. So, anyways, say hi to my daughter out there, and of course, on behalf of myself and behalf of cabinet to all of our citizens, I want to say hello and thank all of our elders for their guidance. I was very proud. I think it was what was his name? John Landon, the house we got lost in. Landon. Landon Lamro. He's a Métis and his family. Ray, this is an exciting story to talk about because this is the difference, and this is why I want people to always believe in their government. I was going to meet with Derek Lamro. He actually gave us a used fridge to bring here because we have about 18 people here, Ray. They're coming, 2 from Saskatchewan. That's Derek Langen. He's used to be elected official in that area, but he's works in private sector now. But he's coming out to his wife, and then Leanne came in last night from Winnipeg. She needs a break. That woman, she's always working in finance. And then PJ is coming, Fleming and his wife from Minnetonka. And so you look at all these things. It's just the way Gloria and us got to prepare as much food and meals as we can because we will keep on having guests popping by. I think you can hide in the bush, David, but you can't. They'll find you. Anyways, So Derek Lamoureux said, come and you have a used fridge. I'll let you take it. You can have it, he said, and leave it out there. So I went, and I got lost, Ray. I went the wrong way.
Oh, man.
I turned on 120 north instead of 120 south, I guess, or east or west. Anyways, I end up going on end of road, and driving. He said 3 miles. All of a sudden, I come to a dead end. But there's a Métis flag flying there. And I said, oh, right on. So I said, let's back up here. So his family, his friends, we can back up in his yard. So we backed up because there was no way to turn the boat I was pulling. And so my son-in-law backed up. And he came out, and as soon as he recognized me, he was so excited to see me in his yard. And so I got out, chatted with him. His wife and all his kids came out, and we chatted. He's actually building a tiny home and that you can pull at a gooseneck. It is going to be beautiful. In fact, I asked him if MMF can buy it for our elders because we have elders gathering. I hope John Chaboyer has been pushing me on this. I'm trying to have the elders gathering. Glory and them are working on it, Amanda and the team, and of course Kerry and the rest of the crew and Marcy. We're looking at and Sharon. We're trying to have the elders gathering. We had it 2 years ago in Selkirk, and so we're trying to have it again, depending on this damn new variant that's out there. And we're looking probably in late September or mid-September. If things work out well, we're going to have our tents out in Selkirk and have the elders out. So I'll bring that tiny home if it's done by there, and because this is where an elder can stay. But it's going to be good for people who have emergencies and they need help. We can move the tiny home there very quickly. So we got 5 other ones. So I told this Métis Langan, he said he works for Hydro and he likes to keep busy. So you can tell in his yard, this guy is a hard-working man. He's got so much stuff he's custom-made himself. Anyways, we started chatting, and then his daughter came out and said, I had a hard time. I got pregnant, and we're going to have a baby, and me and my partner need to find a home. And so I checked, with MMF. I told Bucky if MMF has help for homes, and Bucky said, no, not right now. You got to go to the Manitoba government. And, of course, they don't help you. But anyways, push comes to shove. And then she said a month later, you guys announced all your programs. So I don't know what happened there. But she said, so I bought a old trailer, and it's very tight for us now. And I just have to act quick. Is there any way I can get an extension to help? Can I apply for that grant? I said, of course you can. Mm-hmm. The grant will be available to you right away. I said, because you have a child, we got to take care of you. So we'll put an extension on your trailer for your family. And then Landon puts up the message. His uncle, he lives 2 miles down, a mile in, and his house is in very bad shape. And we're finding more of these houses, Ray, and this is the pride of our people and the kindness of our people. They don't go out and ask for help. They don't go ask for anybody to give them anything. They like to take care of themselves. But when you see a home like that, his wife had a stroke apparently a year ago, and his house is in dire need, and so they're probably just living on a pension. And so when I find stuff, Derek Danielson, when he's delivering wood, he was coming across these houses, and we've been repairing those houses, and we're spending more than $18,000, trust me, on these houses, because these are private homes owned by our elders, and we're spending the money necessary. And you look in Duck Bay right now, you look in other community centers everywhere across the province, where when we come across these homes, and if they're out there listening right now, if you're Métis, and you're living in a home that needs immediate help, you get a hold of us right away. Because we want, like these other ones, for example, in Sarah, they live in the back bushes. Mm-hmm. And beautiful homes, well kept, clean, but not beautiful home in the context, beautiful heart. And, any home, I grew up in an ugly home, but it still was my home. But when we went in these houses, you can tell a lot of them had no washrooms, so they're still using outhouses and things of that nature. Right? Yeah. I told them we're going to put an indoor washroom for you right away. Your wife, you cannot continue trying to haul water and do these other things and have an outhouse at this day and age. So this is what they said to me, Ray, and I said to Kevin. They said, you know what? You tell the president that as long as he gives us some shingles for our roof and eavesdrop, and so it doesn't drip no more in our house, and maybe a couple windows, we'll be happy. And I said, you know what? And then the last part that really touched me, Ray, he said, help save some and give it to somebody else. They probably need it too. So that's the Métis way. And I spoke on this on a show before, but that's what is a good example of that happening. And we need to take care of our elders wherever they live. And that's the Métis way. And so if you're listening out there, if you have a problem in your home and you own the house, you'll get a hold of the Federation right now. You may not be aware of it. If your children are listening and they don't know about it, go tell your mom and dad that they're in bad shape. They need their house fixed. I will go past the $18,000 grant that everybody is entitled to. Every Métis citizen family is entitled. If their house needs repairs, they can get an $18,000 grant free right now. And so, but I will spend more when it comes to our elders without hesitation, right? I want to make sure they live in comfort for the rest of their life and that they deserve this and that they waited a long time for this and we waited a long time for to be treated right in this country. So finally we have a chance, and that's why I always say thank you to Justin Trudeau for this, because without that funding, I couldn't be doing what I'm doing today. Anyways, Ray,
Yeah.
I'm going to say goodbye shortly. My time is 12:20. My wife's going to already start to prepare supper for this evening, and I'm looking forward to that. And just to make Naomi jealous, the meat is just soft and tender. And my wife is good to make. She makes my gravy like my mom. Oh, I tell you, man, and the fried onions that are going to be mixed inside there. Salt and
I'm
pepper,
drooling
and
already.
bannock and butter. Oh, maybe margarine. We can't afford butter, she said. No, I love butter in my bannock. Margarine I could eat anywhere else, but bannock, I love butter. And so, again, I want to thank all those. Of course, I have my harvester gatherer, Jesse, out here, too, and Stanley Electric. He took some time off. He's doing a ton of work right now, and he's waiting to kill his first moose one day. And if he gets lucky, maybe. And my granddaughter, of course, killed a deer once. And I hope she can see a moose. She can kill a moose. I'm entitled to one moose in my tag. And so if she kills her moose, it'll be, if she kill a deer, she'll kill a moose. And Will thinks she can kill a elk in her area. So my grandson's doing hunt, Ray. Just my granddaughter.
Yeah, you're telling me that.
I love it.
Unbelievable.
I
I
love it.
hope my grandsons are listening in the shy. Anyway, so anyways, I did a short video, so I want to look at it see it on YouTube or MMF website. And I talked about as they were cutting the meat, and I was reminiscing about my past growing up, and just the Métis way, the way we did things. I said to Derek and John, as they're cutting up the meat, they're going to make some dry meat after, and we bought a smoker. And so what they said is that, my mom, I said, my Albert and I were the hunters in the family, and we go out, and sometimes we get very fortunate, we get 2 moose, but of course you share it once everybody comes to your home. Mm-hmm. But my mom would sit there all night and cut that meat by herself, Ray.
Wow.
We try to help. She'd just tell us, get the hell out of the way.
Yeah.
But because she wanted to cut her meat her way, and she wanted to package it her way. And but for her, it was nothing to cut 2 moose.
Yeah.
And I look at it today, and I think to myself, wow, the strength of our women, the power of our women, think of the amount of endurance they have to sit there to cut 2 big cows. You might call it that, but 2 moose.
Yeah.
So I just have such great pride in our women, and people say, oh, you're being biased or being disrespectful to women. That wasn't us. That was my mom's way, not my way.
That's
right.
That's
how we were raised. To get the hell out of the kitchen, man.
Yeah.
So, but we'd help and move the bones around or lift up the leg for her, but she'd do the cutting, and she wouldn't let us get our hands on the meat because she said, I want to cut it my way, So it was her way, but. It tells you that women in our family, in our communities, in our nation, they're the backbone of our families and the backbone of our nation. So I've always had you and Ray, you and I, everybody knows we're Mama's boys.
Yeah.
But for me, it just shows the remarkable strength of our women. That it takes sometimes 2-3 guys to cut a moose now. Yet my mom used to cut 2 moose by herself.
Wow.
So again, Ray, I did a video. I talked about it a little bit. And I talked about Jesse was actually doing the moose nose, and people would say, holy mac, what the hell, you eat that? You're damn right we eat that. You cinch the hair off it, and I know Naomi is probably just licking her chops on that one, too.
Maybe not
nose.
that one, but...
And anyways, Jess put it on the fire, burnt all the hair off it, scraped it off, and now it's ready to go and be fed. And my brother-in-law in Winnipeg will be just enduring to have that. The heart we got here, and even the intestines we eat in the moose. And so I was explaining that on the video, but every part of the moose we try to use all of it as much as we can. And so it just shows you again that you do not waste meat. And so and for a young generation, I hope they watch the video after. And but I just wanted to tell them about how important the aspect of harvesting is, but at the same time sharing and being respectful to the animal you take. You'll make sure you cut down his beard, cut it off, and when that kills it, and then hangs it on a tree to let the spirit continue to live. And and show respect to the moose. And that's the way we were taught and raised. And so, again, I'm so proud of that. So,
Yes, for
Peter,
sure.
you can probably hear excitement in my voice right now. I know PJ's on his way here right now to come and join us here, but he's not. He's staying at the Viking Lodge. He's not coming to camp. School teacher, of course, right? And he's being spoiled now. PJ, I hope your dad's gonna have a word with you after why you're not camping instead of living in a hotel room. Anyways, I'm just joking. I don't want to insult him. He's a school teacher and he's a good friend of mine. So he's coming out here. He's a local chairman in Tunis. And he's going to come out here. He wants to bring his wife to come fishing and enjoy the fresh air. But, Ray, I will close off now. And, again, to all our listeners, thank you for joining and supporting our Métis Hour show. It's very important. We have so many listeners on our show. And I'm telling our people, and I'm encouraging also our cousins of First Nations and the friends of Métis, let's make our vote count, not only federally, provincially. This upcoming election will be taking place October in 2023. In Manitoba, we'll come strong to educate you on that one. But this one is around the corner. Let's get our people out to vote. First Nations who are listening, please spend 10, 20 minutes of your time, go to the polling station and vote or apply for a mail-in ballot. Make your voice heard. Make it known that the Métis, First Nation, Inuit in this country are important as anybody else, and that if you don't listen or support us or work with us, then we'll impact you in one way or another. And that's through electoral polls, where we get our people to vote to make a difference. Hey, and people listening out there, sometimes somebody wins by 10 votes, 1 vote, 2 votes, 10 votes, 100 votes.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be thousands. And so I'm asking our people, come out and support your candidate and make sure you vote and support those that are going to support your family and your community. So with that being said, I'll say goodbye. And my daughters and baby Ron out there, I hope you're listening in Winnipeg. And to our youth out there, thank you for being strong. Richard is out there. Oh, by the way, we have a youth camp. We just finished hockey camp here in the fall. I'm very proud of that. So any of our listeners also, we have many youth programs going to our website now. The hockey camp is now moving to Thompson. I think they had about 20, 30 in the fall, and they're moving now to Thompson. I think they have 20 lined up already. But these sports recreational programs are going to be full year, all year round, curling, hockey, whatever it's going to be, baseball. We're going to have full-time services and programs, and then Ray, professional. We want to groom the best that we have, and hopefully they'll be playing in NHL or somewhere in Olympics or somewhere. We're going to spend time and money on that, and I look forward to that program. So thank you, Minister Janai, on that. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys next Saturday. And nice to hear your voice, Naomi.
Thank you, David.
All right.
You want me to save you the most nose, Naomi?
Sure. I've never tried it. I heard it's
Yeah,
amazing.
I'll save you a piece after you try it. Then
I will try it.
Hey, you'd love it. You'd love it. I'm telling you. Okay, we'll talk to you guys next Saturday.
Okay, Dave, thanks.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
David Chartrand, of course, the president of the Manitoba Métis Federation, with his weekly report, Métis Matters.